Alrighty, welcome back, guys. Episode 183, Michael Lab Show. If you guys want to, before we get any further into this episode, if you guys want to go ahead and there's a link in the bio in the description where you can donate to the podcast if you want to. But I don't do what you want to do. How was everyone's weekend? Welcome back to the to reality. Welcome back to Tuesday. It's Monday for me. What did I do this weekend? I did a whole lot of nothing. Went door dashing. That's what I did. I didn't work. I ate a lot of food. We went to a city in Maryland called Frederick. We had food, eating sandwiches, and almost had 4 or 5 glass containers or cups follow me and rip my foot open, which was nice. The lady, it was I've worked in Bud Light. I've worked in the restaurant industry before, many years, 5 years, whatever. I don't know, 4 or 5. I don't know, it was a decent amount of time. It was the longest job I've ever had. And angry today, angry day. Don't know why, angry day. My hard drive is just not working. I don't know if it's a cable issue. I don't know if it's a hard drive issue. I have over 150 episodes stayed on my hard drive. Hope it's not the hard drive. If it's the hard drive, that would suck. Just 150 episodes just corrupted, gone. Just hours and hours of me talking, just gone. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully the hard drive works. Because if the hard drive doesn't work, I'll be angry. I wouldn't be happy. It would not be a fun start to the week. But just sitting there, ordered a sandwich that was way too spicy. It was like a Hunan honey. So it was like some Asian name, chicken sandwich, but it said like Wing Wong. Let me just look it up here. JoJo's restaurant in Frederick. There it is, Frederick, right there. JoJo's restaurant. Delicious, good food, good atmosphere, good time. But let's see the menu here. Let's go menu. Wasn't this fancy. Nothing's fancy anymore. Everyone just eats outside on the sidewalk. It's insane. So we had crab dip. Started out with crab dip. This was I think the day after we went to Cheesecake Factory. I mean, I just ate all weekend. That's all I did. I just ate the best food you can imagine. That's kind of what I do. Every other weekend we have off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it's just delicious food and door dashing. I had a great door dashing weekend. So we got the chicken or the crab dip, which was good, but I kept on every time I was eating it. I was trying so hard to figure out what the taste was. I couldn't figure it out. I think it was lemon or lime. I'm not too sure. I think it was lime, but it was strong. It was good though. It was fine. It was good. They had ramen there, which I saw someone eat. Watched them very creepily ate that food. I don't see their handhelds. There we go. Hey, okay. It was a gochujang honey fried chicken sandwich. GF, gluten-free, crispy potato starch crust, spicy gochujang honey, sliced pickles, mayo. Don't like mayo, right? I take mayo off of everything. Let's look at what this sauce is. Don't like mayo, not a fan of it. Gochujang honey. What is gochujang sauce made of? It's a traditional Korean sauce. It has a bold, sweet, spicy unami flavor with an underlying funk. With an underlying funk to it. This delicious, distinctive taste comes from gochujang, a fermented Korean chili paste made from glutinous rice, fermented soybeans, red chili, powder flakes, and salt. So it was a Korean dish, and it was okay. It was spicy though, and I mean I'm sure with the mayo it would probably be less spicy, but not a mayo guy. I like eating mayo if I know I'm not eating mayo, and I like eating mayo if the dish is made from mayo. But if I look at it too long and I can tell there's a lot of mayo on it, don't want it. If I see mayo just out there on a sandwich or just out there in the open, don't want it. Mayo to me the way it looks tastes terrible. Like the way it makes it, like the sound of it. Like if you just look at mayonnaise, it looks, the way it looks just is like a disgusting sound to me. It's definitely a food aversion. I don't know. Is it common? Common mayonnaise food aversion. I can't be the only one. Mayonnaise is disgusting and science agrees. Boom. Shout out to popular science. Here we go. October 31st, 2017 by Kendra Pierre Luis. For much of the past years, I have fought a one-sided battle with a popular fast casual restaurant chain that we call Ready. Unlike most restaurants, Ready does not make sandwiches, assembles salads, or otherwise performs acts of cookery upon customer request. Instead, they sell nominally healthy, whole ingredient-based, pre-made soup, salads, and sandwiches. Where's the mayonnaise? I'm comparing feces to a condiment. Seems like a gross comparison. Well, welcome to Science of Disgust. Disgust, for the record, is distinct from dislike. Feces is a universal disgust like the first disgust, says Paul Rosiana, professor of psychology at the University of Pennsylvania. Sigmund Freud? What are we, Sigmund Freud here? We're talking about poop. In addition to being an expert on disgust, Rosen is also the researcher who coined the phrase benign masochism to explain why some humans enjoy the burn of chili peppers. Have too much time on your hands, sir. Disgust, theorizes Rosen, originally evolved as a way to keep humans safe. Hanging around each other's excrement, for example, is an excellent way to spread diseases, so we learned pretty early to avoid this stuff. You know, I like evolutionary psychology, but sometimes it just seems like such a stretch. Like this has to connect to here, then that has to connect to here, and sometimes I'm just like, I don't think that connects. I think you're trying so hard to make it make sense, but sometimes I don't think it's supposed to make sense. Let's figure out this mayonnaise stuff. Mayonnaise. This person has a lot to say. When Ready doesn't use mayonnaise to use, okay, don't care. Looking for the science. Where's the science at? How mayonnaise can trigger disgust. Here we go. Okay. As far as Rosen knows, nobody has done a study specifically on mayonnaise disgust, but based on his previous research on disgust, he posits it's mayonnaise. Mayonnaise texture that could be the culprit. Its viscous quality is the sort of thickness that you'll get from a fluid oozing out of a rotten carcass, as anyone who has ever poked a rotten squirrel with it. What are you talking? No, not. Do people do that? Do people poke dead squirrels? Yo, Rosen, watch out for the cops, bro. What are you doing in your free time? That's insane. Do people just poke squirrels and watch it ooze? So far he's comparing mayonnaise to the oozing of a dead squirrel. So disgust also tends to align strongly with our revulsion about bodily fluids. We don't exactly market lemonade by saying that it looks like pee. And the creamy appearance of mayonnaise isn't dissimilar from what would emerge from, say, a popped zit. Delicious. See, I'm telling you, man. I'm not crazy. Now, I like popping zits, but I don't like seeing other people pop their own zits. See? I'm telling you, man. There's a reason why I don't like mayonnaise. Of course, the fact that mayonnaise triggers my sense of disgust doesn't really matter to any company's bottom line. Stores like Ready should not only care about my condiment vendetta if there are more of me. The percentage of people who don't like mayo is probably close to 20%. It's not trivial, says Herbert Stone of a food sensory consultant. Made up number. I called Stone to figure out whether I was unique in my mayonnaise aversion. While he can't put a precise number on how many of us just dislike mayonnaise versus experience disgust, the big takeaways is that I'm not alone. I do like mayonnaise. Like, I don't like eating it, but I think I like the taste, because if it's mixed with like a potato salad or something, I'll eat it. I'll only eat potato salad if it's like cold. Like, it can't be moderately cold. Definitely can't be warm. That's disgusting. But I like it mixed with spice and stuff. I'll eat mayonnaise. Like, I'm not afraid to eat mayonnaise, but it's just disgusting. Even a quicker survey of popular science officer found that at least one other staff member doesn't really like mayo, but shall eat it when she has to, while others, like me, wholly avoid eating ready sandwiches. Whatever. What begs the question: why is there so much mayonnaise in American food? Don't care. Have you noticed, like you, here's how prevalent mayonnaise is. At a conference I went to, they had 5 sandwiches types. Don't care. Don't care. The only thing that's worse not being able to eat a sandwich, beyond mayonnaise. There's a reason rooted in food science to include mayonnaise on sandwiches. Moist food tastes better. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Well, I knew I wasn't completely insane. Why do some people hate mayonnaise? 4 experts explain. Let's see what these people say. July 14, 2019. Could be an extreme aversion to mayo, be a result of picky eating habits developed in childhood that could stick around. Research has shown that people who were picky eaters as adults tend to have been picky eaters as nutritionists. I can't. Experts why believe that human emotion and disgust to be a defense mechanism. Oh, yeah, okay. So Paul Rosen's the dude. This is the dude who thinks that the reason why people don't like mayonnaise is because it oozes. And it looks like a dead squirrel. My man is a Harvard professor, though, so I mean, he's got to be semi-smart. Yeah, so that was cool. So that's what we did. We went to a restaurant. We had delicious food. Taylor says it's going to be a little bit late. Text real quick because I'm a professional. That's okay. Just let me know when you are finishing up. Happy emoji face because happy all the time. Bitcoin is about to take off this week. It's closing at $60,000. I put $200 more into it. Not a lot of money because broke, but it's okay, man. But it's gonna be taken off. What's the face? Coinbase is going public this week on the 14th. It's gonna be going public. So huge bump for Bitcoin. I am so bullish on Bitcoin now at this point where I think it makes up like 30% of my portfolio. If I had thousands of dollars to spend, I would put it all in Bitcoin. Ethereum too. I don't own any Ethereum because too late on the game, I think. I don't know. That's what I keep telling myself. That I'm also just sad because I'm too late on the game. I wish I got into it earlier. It's another one of those things where I remember back in 2018, 2019, I was listening to a Lex Friedman podcast. Let me look that up. I can look it up. Lex Friedman, Lex Friedman, Vlad. Nope, not Vlad. Vitek Buterin. 2000. Should just show me. Oh, okay, that's cool, Mike. 1 year ago, not 2-3 years ago, like you're saying. No, that's Vladimir. Okay, yeah. So, Vitalik Buterin, he is the creator of Ethereum. He, I guess, founded it or created the chain link or the link chain. But Ethereum it's probably the fastest growing crypto on the market right now. It's the one that merged with Visa, or Visa bought out its rights to do stuff on it. Anyways, this weekend was crazy. Bitcoin right now, as I'm doing this, it's currently 8:42 in the morning on Monday, April 12th. And Bitcoin just went positive. It's just crossed $60,300 and it's just raging. It's going to be, I honestly think by May, it's going to be at $65,000. And I'm at the point now where I'm telling everybody, I'm not telling people to buy it because I don't want to be, I don't want to be the reason why people, buy it and then lose all their money. But I think it's at the point now where there's no turning back. I think once you see like huge corporations start putting it on their balance sheets, whether it be Tesla, rumor is Walmart did it. It's just a rumor. I'm not too sure that they bought a lot of Bitcoin. Square, PayPal, companies that accept Bitcoin, that have Bitcoin. Let's just say have Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Here's just a few. From Barron's article. Scroll. Go away, Barron's. I'm not going to support you. Go away. So this is on their balance sheet. MicroStrategy has, they have purchased 91,579 Bitcoins. Tesla has bought 48,000 Bitcoins. Riot Blockchain has bought 1,175. Marathon Digital has bought 5,263. And Square has bought 8,000 Bitcoins. So that's on their balance sheets. Companies that accept Bitcoin. This is a lot more. Okay, here we go. 11 major companies. This is as of March 9th of 2021, and I'm sure there's a lot more. Microsoft, Overstock, Home Depot, Namecheap, Starbucks, Whole Foods. I know Sony does, because one of my buddies at the gym was saying he went to go buy a PS5, and he thought he was on the Sony website. He was on the Sony website, but then when he went to go check out, he saw that it said pay with Bitcoin, and he found that very sketchy, which I would too, especially for a huge company like Sony. Like, why are they accepting Bitcoin? But it's because they're accepting Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going off right now, dude. Jesus Christ, man. The future's here, man, and I don't know. To get fee in Bitcoin, I think honestly, the more I think about this, when the internet was coming around back in the 90s, late 80s, 90s, early 2000s, there was a reluctancy to get on the internet. People didn't want to be on the internet. People thought it would ruin the world. Maybe you're right in some cases, but people thought that it was the worst thing to ever happen to humanity, right? And because of that, a lot of people who looked at the positive side, the pros instead of just the cons all day, they went ahead and got on it. And those people, the Mark Cubans of the world, the Peter Thiels of the world, the Elon Musk of the world, the Jeff Bezos of the world, these people who maybe saw the Mark Zuckerbergs of the world, who maybe saw it as change that could be scary, they said, okay, that's fine. Well, there's change that's scary. But at the same time, they went hard on it. And when they went hard on it, they created things on it. And you have these billionaires and you have these huge companies that people love to hate on, but love to use them. They love to hate them on the internet, on the platforms. And I think Bitcoin is the same way. There's a few reasons why I'm super bullish on Bitcoin, and also not financial advice. I'm going to look at this again because I'm an addict when it comes to looking at my Bitcoins. I'm not a financial advisor, so do not take any advice from me. And I say that because I don't want people to be like, I listened to what you said and I lost $2,000. Well, don't listen to what I say. But it all started for me. So I remember being in high school, and God, I regret this so much. I wouldn't have to work at all. I would be retired. I remember being in high school, and I remember sitting in one of my, I think it was world history class or U.S. history class. And I remember there was kids behind me. I think one of the kids' name was John, and I think the other one was John, and who else would it have been? 15, John and Peter maybe. And this was 2000. So I don't know. 2013, I was a junior in high school. 2014, I was a senior. I think I graduated around that time. So 2014, I remember hearing these kids talk about Bitcoin, and I didn't know what they were talking about. These were smart kids. These were the kids that, who would get stoned all day. They would play ultimate frisbee, but because they were so smart, I don't know. I mean, they're just smart. They were the nerd. I mean, they weren't even nerds. They were just the computer people. The people who could get on a computer, program. They were the kid that when you're in high school, the kid would nudge you and be like, hey, I could hack the whole school. And they would. They would just hack the whole school. They would just take down the whole computer system. But that was these kids. And I remember them talking about Bitcoin, and they were like, I bought like this much Bitcoin. And I think about these people all the time because they were talking about like, I bought like 15 Bitcoins. And like 15 Bitcoins now, I mean, that would be 15 times... 15 Bitcoins right now, it's sitting at $60,000. Would be $900,000. Those kids were just talking about it like it was no big deal. And I remember just listening to them, and I distinctly remember hearing them talk about it, but I didn't know what it was. And it's just, it's to think that, and I think that's the same way with the internet. There's people back in the early 90s who were talking about the internet, and people, you would overhear these conversations, but you wouldn't go upon it because only a certain class of people were educated enough or they were even aware of it. And I think that's where we are right now with Bitcoin. I think right now it's just skimming the surface. And there's a few reasons why I'm super, and God bless his kids. I would love to see what they're, jealous, maybe jealous. I don't know. Maybe not jealous, but I would love to see if they kept their Bitcoins and why they bought the Bitcoin. It seems like the way to get ahead and everything is to just go against the grain, or maybe not go against the grain, but see what people are hating on and maybe do it. And maybe if there's a multiple people who are saying something is a bad idea or you shouldn't do it, definitely do it. Not advice. Don't listen to me. But I think a few reasons. It's on balance sheets of companies. There's transactions being accepted by PayPal, Square, like these huge companies, Visa, Sony. And because these huge companies are now accepting cryptocurrencies, whether it be Ethereum, Bitcoin, or whatever it is, and because these companies have it on their balance sheets, what happens is they have huge investors in these companies, and these huge investors are tied in with the government, they're tied in with the banks, and they're tied in with everybody. It's one big cluster group of people. No longer cuss on YouTube. No more cussing on YouTube. And they all depend on each other now. And because they all depend on each other, whatever it takes, Newegg is another company, Lolly, FoldApp, Try, Percy, and yeah, those are the other companies that are in Bitcoin. But whatever it takes for these companies not to lose billions and billions of dollars, which could hurt their economy trillions and trillions, they're going to take. So now that it's being sold and bought and on the sheets of huge companies, these huge companies that support the government and all this and hire people and whatever, the government can't afford Bitcoin to crash. They just can't afford that. So I think there could be a crash. There will be a crash, but I don't think it's going to get back down to $10,000. I think it's going to get down to 45, 50 maybe. I think if you bought Bitcoin, like my average Bitcoin cost is $54,000. And to be perfectly honest with you guys, I only own a couple thousands of dollars worth of Bitcoin. I don't own a lot of Bitcoin, but I think if your sub average cost of Bitcoin right now is like 50, like mine's about 53. I think let me look it up real quick for you. I think it's like 50. It's pretty low. $54,177.65. That's my average cost of a Bitcoin. I obviously don't own a whole Bitcoin because not rich, and I think if you won, I think you win, because I think that's just the world that we're going towards. You have states that give tax breaks for Bitcoin. I think I know Kentucky's one of them. States that support Bitcoin mining. Idaho, Washington, Tennessee are next three cheapest states, in Arkansas, which boasts average costs of $3,505. Meanwhile, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Hawaii have up the list. In fact, average cost of, what the heck does that mean? Financial Bitcoin mining hosting. Bitcoin mining, U.S. tax and legal regulations. From Gemini. Arizona has become Arizona HB 2602 states, which has become Arizona state law, states that cities and towns cannot prohibit individuals from running nodes on blockchain technology in the residencies. Miners running full or partial nodes are protected when validating blocks, confirming transactions, earning block rewards. New York, under the supervision of the New York State Department of Financial Services, New York State requires regulatory permission to operate many types of cryptocurrency businesses. However, neither a BIDI license nor a New York Trust charter is required for cryptocurrency miners. This allows a much greater number of people to have the opportunity to mine cryptocurrencies beyond just financial institutions. Montana, in 2017, when the value of Bitcoin hit $3,000 for the first time, Montana Governor Steve Bullock used $416,000 in grant money to help fund Project Spokane, a large Bitcoin mining project. In 2018, a Canadian company called Hyperblock purchased the operation. Hyperblock shut it down. Kentucky, and Bitcoin. I know they just did something that was pretty big. Here we go. So this is in May. This is in March 2016. This is what I'm talking about. When you have these huge companies that are involved in it, when you have the government at a state level that is promoting it, and also I think you run the risk of the thing that most people don't want to talk about, but I think is nuance is surging. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day for the market. I think. I don't know. I'm hoping. What is AI nuance? Nuance. Going through the moon. Wow. Wow. Robinhood is shutting down trading again for some companies. It's crazy, man. That's so messed up. They shouldn't do that. Why are they doing that? Raise more money, Robinhood. Come on, man. When you IPO, I want to buy you, but if you keep doing this crap, like, what are you doing? I don't understand. Like, do you not have as much money as people think you have? Like, I don't. Whatever. Yeah, and then like states are also getting in on it. Kentucky will offer tax breaks to cryptocurrency miners who operate in the energy-rich Commonwealth under a pair of laws Governor Andy Beshear signed Thursday. This seems like something that not conservative Republican states would be in the most supportive. This seems like a progressive, more liberal ideology, but it seems like the Republican red states are the ones that are pushing hard on the Bitcoin support, which I find fascinating. And it seems, you know what it seems like, and I know this is a very broad statement. I know this might get a lot of pushback, but I feel like it's a time for the Republican states to shine. And like Texas is blowing up, even though Austin, Dallas, and the cities that are blowing up are blue. It seems like the red states, people are appreciating the freedom. Like Florida's the same way. Florida is blowing up. Everyone's moving to Florida. Everybody's moving to Texas. You know, people are moving to like these really nice. I guess these states that have very loose COVID regulations, and I think people kind of want the freedom. I know for me, like once I got shot up, I was like, why mask? Why do I have to wear a mask? I don't understand. Especially if you've had COVID and you got both of your shots. What are you doing wearing a mask? It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know. Senate Bill 255 extends the Commonwealth's clean energy-focused incentives to miners who invest at least $1 million in equipment. House Bill 230 similarly offers miners a series of sales and excess tax breaks. Together, the bills work to woo cryptocurrency miners and thus business revenue and jobs to communities whose economies have been ravaged by manufacturing exodus from Kentucky but retain an abundance of cheap energy. Kentucky wants, quote, to become a national leader in emerging industries which use substantial amounts of energy, said one of the bills. Cryptocurrency mining is indeed a major consumer of energy. The bill marched through Kentucky's legislature following their introduction earlier this year. That's like huge. That's so big. Like, I think these states that hop on this crypto wave sooner than later are going to be the states that you see win. I truly believe that. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on it, because I just don't see it failing. I think the one thing I do kind of worry about is you're seeing a thing in China right now, because China, the way they play the game is they don't follow rules. They don't care about they don't care about people. They definitely don't care about the environment. They say one thing but do the other. They're a communist run country. And that's just what they are. And they want total control of the world. And, you know, honestly, I don't blame them. And the United States also wants that, right? Like, it's, you know, we want control of the world too. It's just, I think that's just nature, human nature. You want control. And I really do think it could be dangerous if if China wins the Bitcoin race, because they don't care about the environment. And I know to mine Bitcoins, it's harsh on the environment. It requires a lot of energy, and they don't care. They're gonna do what they have to do to get people to mine Bitcoin. If that's how the future's gonna be run, China's gonna do what it takes to win that game. And that's another reason why I'm super bullish on Bitcoin, because behind the scenes right now, you hear one thing, but I'm sure behind the scenes in the United States, I'm sure by the CIA, the FBI, the Treasury, whatever, the Secretary. Maybe not the Treasury. That girl looks like Treasury Yellen. Dude, she looks like she's on death's doorstep. That girl is like, between her and dementia Biden, you're like, what is happening? But, shout out to both of them. Biden, I want him to do well. He's our president. He's my president. He's our president. Let him do well. I want him to do well. I like the country. I like America. I don't want to see him falling up steps again. We can't have that. We definitely can't have that. Also, Biden, you can't let people just take your dogs from you. You can't do that. If Major is out there just biting security guards or biting Secret Service, fire the Secret Service people. What are you doing, man? You need to stand up for your puppies. I would never if my dog bit the hell out of the Secret Service, firing the Secret Service. Gone. Keeping the dog. Not sending him back to Delaware. Are you crazy? And also Major, I think Major's the one who was adopted or was rescued. Because I think Biden has one dog that's rescued, one dog that's not rescued. And not a good rap for the rescued dog if you just keep letting him bite the hell out of Secret Service people. It's not a good rap. There's a reason why people get rid of their dogs and send them to shelters, because some dogs bite the hell out of people. Like, you can't be having that. But I really do believe that that's going to be a huge opportunity for the states that get on the Bitcoin game, that allow people to mine it. I think that's a game changer. I really do. I think that's an absolute game changer, and you're gonna see a huge evolution of the states that do it and the states that don't, and the countries too. And let me finally get to it. ADD is real. Anybody who says it's not. Microsoft to buy AI firm Nuance Communications for $20 billion. Holy crap, man. Yo, Microsoft is throwing money around like it's nothing. They just bought, didn't they just buy, they didn't buy, they just closed a deal with our government for AI helmets, like helmets that you put on your head, virtual reality helmets. I think they just got a $10.8 billion check from our United States government, from our U.S. government. And now they just sent out $19.1 billion to a company that I don't even know. This is what's crazy about these things that happen. Like, you don't even know what these companies do. Artificial intelligence technology delivers world-class differentiated customer experience with nuanced omni-channel customer engagement solutions. They don't even tell you what they do when you look at what they do. Healthcare, AI solutions and services. Okay, so they do stuff with healthcare. It's crazy. Like, the biggest tech companies in the world are getting into healthcare game. The world's changing, man, and you either keep up or you get left behind, and that's honestly the truth right now. It's changing quick, and I think the U.S. government's gonna have to get into Bitcoin. They're gonna have to start mining it. They're gonna have to start buying it and buying it and buying it. Once it starts buying, Bitcoin is such a simple thing. If money's so complicated, and it shouldn't be complicated. Nixon, it was backed by gold. Nixon in 1971 took his middle finger, said F that, and he detached the US dollar. So it's backed by nothing. So it's just money. And I think I saw a stat that it's lost like 99% of its value since 2000, or since like 19 something. I'm making that up. I saw that somewhere. I'm not too sure where I saw that. But it's just a matter of time, dude. It's just a matter of time, supply and demand. The less there is on the market, the higher the price is going to be. Once it maxes out at 21 million Bitcoins mined, the people are saying millions of dollars. But once it hits a million, as long as more aren't produced, that's why Bitcoin is so valuable, because Satoshi Nakamoto has only allowed for 21 million Bitcoins to be mined, and that we know the cap. Once it's like when you fill up a room. Once you fill it up, you can only push so high. And that price is going to just go higher and higher and higher, because the value it's like artwork. The room analogy was horrible, but it's like artwork. Why is his painting so valuable? Well, there's only one. You can make a second one, like the Eiffel Tower. You can make a second one, but it won't be nearly as valuable as the first one. Bitcoin is that way. There's only one. The price is only going to go up because it's a rarity. And that's how I see Bitcoin. Bitcoin could be a multi-millions dollars per Bitcoin once it maxes out. And I think every 4 years, um, uh, did Ted Nugent ask why there were no lockdowns for COVID 1 through 18? Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Looks like there was another black man shot. God damn it. Protesters clashed with police in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, after police fatally shot Dwayne Wright following traffic stop. Oh, God. God damn it. Why? Ugh. These shit is getting more and more depressing, man. But yeah, it's gonna have to be bought. It's gonna go crazy. Can blood from young people slow aging? Silicon Valley has bet billions it will. Okay, Alex Jones, you're right, dude. These people are using young people's blood. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? What are we doing? When it with offered nearly double the ongoing price for blood donations for COVID, Brigham Young University in Idaho had to threaten some enterprising students with suspension to keep them from intentionally trying to contract COVID-19. The trial failed. Earlier this year, Grifols closed on a $146 million deal to buy Alkeist, a company founded by Stanford University neuroscientist Tony Weissman. Okay, here we go. Revealed the scientific papers published in 2011, 2014 that the blood from young mice has similarly miraculous restorative effects on the brain in elderly mice. So yes, I mean, I'm sure young people's blood is good for anti-aging, but there has to be a question where we go, are we going too far? Like, what's the ethics? Is this crazy? Like, where are we getting this young blood from? Are we getting from aborted babies? Are we taking it from young kids? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we taking young blood? Why do humans fight aging so much? I fight aging. Like, I'm serious. I fight aging. I do things to slow down my aging. I literally have a book right behind me, somewhere here. The Righteous Mind. Everyone should definitely read that book. Lifespan by David St. Clair at University of Harvard. I read books about it. I don't want to age, but like, what do you? You just I think that. Oh, I think you're running into issues when you're talking about taking young blood and putting it in old people. Like, how old do you want to live? You're going to die. Like, how long do you want to extend your life for? I don't get it. It just doesn't make sense. Yo, Biden is like so funny. This dude is not nearly as liberal as he needs to be. Like, he's constantly getting pushback from his people. I think he punished a few Secret Service guys who smoked weed back in high school. I could be making that up. Russia is about to take out the Ukraine, dude. Like, take them out hard. I think Russia's homeboy just said he's going to be president of 2036. Just said it. And you're not going to stop him. He's going to do whatever the hell he wants. He's going to do whatever the hell he wants. But yeah, it's, I don't know. And he, obviously the minimum wage, he's like, nope, not happening. The 28% corporate tax, he doesn't want to go that high. So that's not happening either. It's just fascinating to see how, he just doesn't, I don't know. Dogecoin was up 20% this weekend. Oh, yeah. Maryland becomes first state to repeal police. Maryland pushes for police reform with repeal of its Bill of Rights. Let me just break my phone real quick. Let me finish off my story real quick, and then I'll let you guys go. So yeah, we're just eating there because finally got to it because, don't know how to think. ADD, real thing. Need Adderall, don't need Adderall. Makes me depressed, want to kill myself. I feel like an egomaniac and I hate myself. It sucks. Adderall sucks. It's a drug. It's an addictive drug, and people don't tell you that. It changes who you are. It works. It works really well, but you hate it. Okay, eating a sandwich. Lady picks up the glasses, and she's telling everybody how much she didn't like the people that were sitting there before. She's telling random people that. And if you hear this, beautiful lady, nice lady, good person, but you did that. Holds the glasses, and we're eating in the street because COVID, because can't eat inside apparently. Also wanted to eat outside too though, so Eating in the streets. Lady turns around a little bit, has like, I don't know, probably 8 glasses, like legit glasses. Don't like going to restaurants that they serve glasses because I hate seeing food smeared on the glass. I hate it. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Like wine glasses with lipstick makes me sick. Probably the Mayo thing. Probably like the dead squirrel oozing thing. I digress. Again, I digress. Turns around, laughing. Hi, love. She says hi to her love, her friends. Thing starts moving. Worked in a restaurant. I've been there, done it. I've dropped food. I've thrown ribs down women's shirts before, not on purpose, on accident. I didn't do that. Actually, one of my fellow servers did, and it was hilarious. LinkedIn has also had a $500 million user data link. Oh, shout out to LinkedIn. Also, Facebook did the same thing. Who owns LinkedIn? Who owns LinkedIn? Microsoft. Shaking the thing, and then boom, falls over. Only one glass fell. It bounced off the floor. It didn't break. Didn't know how it didn't break. Must put something in it. A few knives and stuff fell. She goes to someone goes to put the glass on the table, and then she like starts bending down. And as she's bending down, she just like throws a tray, and everything breaks. Everything breaks. I get up, stop eating my Gucci Kong chicken sandwich, and I help put the things, or I stop eating my crab dip, and I help her. And she's like, oh, you don't have to do this, but she doesn't stop me. She just lets me do it all. And yeah, so it was hilarious. And she was telling me, oh, I've done it much worse than that before. I'm like, oh, cool. You don't have to tell me that. We just, she cleaned this up so people don't get, glass shoved down there. $26.2 billion to buy LinkedIn. Microsoft did. Wow. So people don't break themselves. And also dog don't want to get glass in her feet. But yeah, I don't know how I made it through the podcast. I had nothing to talk about. Came in here. I just talked about nothing. But that's what we do. We talk about nothing. But yeah, guys. Thanks so much for listening. I will see you guys in episode 184, 85. Who knows? We just keep ripping. Love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Enjoy the weather. Also made $400 on DoorDash. $356. So that's cool. Peace out. See ya.